Welcome back to another episode of the We Just Talk a podcast, and I want Nate to stop staring at me because he's making it hard for me. Welcome back to another episode of the We Just Talk a podcast. Got a special guest today. This week's guest is Nate. Do we say from Nate with love?
Man, you don't even know my name on Instagram. That's crazy.
From Nate with love.
Yes.
What made you do that? Because that wasn't your name at first.
Nah, were you following me when my name was something different?
What was it? I think so.
Penthouse Poppy.
Fuck no. It wasn't that. It wasn't no from love, Nate, and all that.
Nah, yeah, it was probably, that was when
Penthouse
I was doing.
Poppy, this
That's
nigga
when
here.
That's when I was doing real estate heavy.
Okay.
Doing like penthouse real estate heavy.
Oh, nice.
Penthouse Poppy.
Penthouse
It was just
Poppy.
a fun play.
I thought it was some freaky shit.
All right.
You never know. Niggas be getting freaky.
All right.
Nathan. Nate.
A past life.
Yeah, you never know. You know, girls like you look good.
That's
Smell
crazy.
good. Y'all, you
Thank
look
so
good.
much. Thank
Smell
you so
good. You
much.
look good in person.
You smell good.
Thank you. I appreciate you for
Thank you
coming
so
by.
much.
So let's talk about it. Why From Love with Nate? Why did we come up with that? Where did that come from?
From Nate with love. It was just
What did I say? From Love with Nate?
It's okay. It's all right. We here.
From Love with Nate.
It-
What is this shit?
From
From
Nate
Love.
with Love.
Oh, shit. I got a little dyslexia. Go ahead.
I wanted to create something that would resonate like a letter.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the reason why I made it that way, right?
Okay.
From Nate with love. Kind of like a intro and an outro of a letter.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
I
you know
can
I'll be on my
understand.
page writing and stuff.
You be right. You be talking some good shit though.
Speaking to the heart.
You do, and I appreciate that. What made you like? How do you conjure up that? Do you speak from a place of like experience, or you go by what you see, and then you conjure up these quotes, these relatable quotes? Or
Some of it is experience. A lot of it is experience. Some of it comes from like conversations that I've had with people and their experiences. Some of it is just their truths, right? Life truths, relational truths. It's just truths. Things.
So you're like
that
a
come
lover
around.
boy? Would you consider yourself a lover boy?
I would.
You are.
Very much so.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you all for
Deep in the
love.
love trenches.
Okay. We don't know the fuck that means. Oh, that's good. I love love.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
For sure. I think I don't know, man. You know, there's a red pill community, there's a blue pill community, and this narrative of like men against women, women against men. And I get that, who's right, who's wrong, but I feel like everybody wants that fairy tale.
Yeah.
You know? We grow up wanting the happily ever after, and you know what I'm saying? To find the what is it, slipper?
The ruby slipper?
No,
Well, I don't
the glass
fucking-
slipper.
The glass slipper. See? I don't know shit. I guess.
Okay. I just want to inspire people to believe in love again.
Yeah.
And like in the beauty of it. So yeah.
And not in a social media way. Because I think that people see what they, they base it, what they want off of social media and what they see other people have. They want that to be their love story. That's not for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a lover girl. I love love.
You are?
I am. People don't believe that though. People think I'm like this rough around the edges kind of girl. I don't understand why though.
Yeah.
Because I'm so for love. I love it. I'm so affectionate and yummy and
Have you ever been deep in
cozy.
love before?
like deep. No, I think I've been in love. I don't know like what you consider deep. To like the point I would marry somebody like that type of love.
Well, it doesn't
Like what's
necessarily-
deep? What's deep love?
I mean, you feel it in your soul.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, like, because I do feel like there are levels to it, right? You can be in love, but you can be deeply in love with someone. You can be enamored by them. You can be completely consumed, not in a toxic way,
Right.
but in a beautiful way, where it's just like, yo, this is my person. Like, I don't want anybody else but them. Like, we understand each other. We're connected. There's respect. There's honor. There's beauty. There's intentionality. There's a sacredness to it.
I think
I can keep going.
I think I've been close
Okay.
to it, but not like that.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely want to experience it one day though. But now I'm at this place where I just don't even care. Like, I don't want to say I don't care because, of course, like I do want a life partner. I want that forever peace. But I just feel like now it's like this shit is stupid. Not stupid, but I just feel like dating for me. I think that a lot of men love the idea of me, but not really like Donnii.
What's the difference?
They like the idea of having a good woman, but actually having to like show up for that woman, it looks different. Like they want it. You know what I mean? But then when a good woman presents herself, they don't know how to receive her because they're so accustomed to dealing with a certain type of woman, and they condition that way. So they lead with a certain type of mentality so that when they get a good woman, because she holds him accountable, make him do certain shit, make him stand on business, it's like, that's making me do too much. Now I have to conform to be something that I'm really not. So it's like loving the idea of me, but having to come and do the work. No, I look like I'm being combative. I complain too much. I do entirely too much. They gaslight me. It's not that deep. They do all that type of shit. So it's like, yeah, you like me. You like the idea of me. You tell me that I'm a good woman. But then when you get me, it's like you don't do what you have to do to keep me. And I'm not like most women. I'm not going to allow you to do what the fuck you want to do. You can't come over here talking to me, treating me any kind of way. And I'm going to make you stand on business as a man for yourself and make sure that you stay in position. And a lot of men feel like that's a little bit intimidating when you hold them accountable, because it's like not only intimidating, but it makes like it kind of like fucks with their confidence a little bit. Like, damn, you making me feel less of a man because I'm telling you, you need to stay in the house this week, Bookie. You don't got no fucking money. I just hear you sit on the phone talking about you had to borrow a couple dollars from your grandmother, but then you just fucking talking about so you about to go outside, not like shit. Yeah. You're not.
I think it's quite possible though to want something that you're not ready for.
Yeah, I think of course, for sure.
Yeah,
but don't go fucking up, shaking up nobody's world unless you're in position, like unless you're ready.
100%.
Like leave people alone. I hate people that do that. Like if you know, and I think that, like Maciano said, date within your action bracket. There is somebody for you. Date your people. And I have a problem with people who don't date their people. There's a village specifically for you, specifically for me. Date your kind. Yeah, don't be a poly style kind of man trying to date a monogamous woman. Right. It's not going to work. Date your people. Date a woman who is okay with a man who has multiple women. Right. Date a woman who's okay with you fucking multiple women or just enjoys your lifestyle. But you can't be this man who is that way, but then you want a monogamous woman. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, it's cool when you do it. Well, why she can't do it?
Right, exactly. And I think that's a conversation that has a lot to do with compatibility.
Yes.
Right? So a lot of times people are trying to force themselves to be compatible with people that they're not compatible with.
Yep.
Because they desire to possess them versus understanding that this person I may not be compatible with. They should find their person. I should find my person, and we should be cool with that.
And that's okay. And people think that because you're dating, you have to be compatible with the person that you're dating.
Right.
Date to get to know, to see if you're compatible. Right. Date and put off the emotion, take the emotions and the sex and the money off the table. Because when women, a lot of us, we date from a place of an emotional place. Yeah. So you go into it thinking like you fall in love with the potential of a person so bad that you just not even grounded in your reality, and you just fall in love with the image of a person and the personality of a person instead of the character of a person. And 100%. Then you like, damn, I'm just like getting heavy, and you should have just, took your time to really get to know a person, to see that, what, I think that this person just belongs in my back pocket. Yeah. You know what I mean? This person is somebody that I can network with. This is not my life partner, but so many people, and they date from a place of loneliness and void filling and place holding. So they're just, their vision is blurred by a lot of shit. Like they fall in love with the potential, not knowing that people be potentially ain't shit. And 100%. The red, hello? You feel
100%.
People be potentially 100%. Ain't shit. But if you stay grounded in the reality of it, just date to get to know a person, and you realize that you're an affectionate person, and this person has not reached in to hug you and to loop your arm, and you know how big affection plays a part of your in your love life. Like that is your love language. Right. You realize, damn, I've been dating you for about 2 weeks and you ain't reach in. Like you ain't hug me. You know what I'm saying? You ain't loop your arm. That right there is a sign that person is not for you. Right. You cannot change this person at all. If a person is affectionate, they're gonna reach in. Right. If you don't want it or they don't want it, they'll reject you nicely. Right. But people be dating people that they know damn well, like they've shown you that this person is not for you. Your communication style or your anything, y'all are just not compatible. So what the fuck are y'all out here doing? Like people just, especially, I don't want to say just men or anybody, period, men and women, just date, get to know people, leave people the fuck alone, make sure that you guys are compatible. Right. And stop falling in love with the potential. Because like I said, people be potentially ain't shit.
No, 100%. And I think the best way to circumvent being in a relationship that you're not supposed to be in is taking your time when it comes to getting into that relationship. Mm-hmm. When people want to rush into things, rush into commitment, rush into relationship, a lot of times for me, that's a red flag. Mm-hmm. Because I remember my grandma used to always say it, right? Time will tell you everything that you want to know. And I didn't understand it when I was younger. And that doesn't mean that y'all can't get to know each other and y'all can't spend time or whatever the case may be, but really taking the time to see if their values align with your values, if their morals align with your morals, if their life vision aligns with your life vision. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
What's the philosophy around family? What's the philosophy around parenting?
Yeah.
What's the philosophy around sex?
Yeah.
What's the philosophy around other people being in the relationship, right? Like these are all things that are very, very important.
So let me ask you this. How soon is too soon to be in a relationship? Or is there a time frame to be like, yeah, I like this, but that's it. I think I'm about to lock it down.
I think it happens differently for different people. So I can't necessarily put like a length of time, but I can definitely tell you that it's a feeling. Like you'll know, right? Like for me, I use peace as a compass, right? I use peace to gauge kind of, if I'm supposed to be in a particular situation. If my intuition is telling me that, something is not right, I'm going to trust my intuition.
Yeah.
Right? And sometimes people need time for it to become what it needs to be, right? Like sometimes people need time to get it right. I get that.
Yeah.
I listen to that intuition. You know what I'm saying? I take my time and I search for that peace. If I don't have that peace, I'm cool.
Do you think your intuition can fail you though? Could be wrong?
I think it can at times, right?
Yeah.
But I'll say 9 times out of 10, that intuition is spot on. So I'll take those chances.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, I play devil's advocate with it sometimes. 'Cause I think especially for women, it just all depends on where you are mentally in that space. Like, because sometimes you'll trick yourself into believing something that really isn't like the reality of it. Like it's really not there. I've done that before. Like sometimes a lot of us women, we be in our own fucking way, in our own mind. And you'll trick yourself, especially if you're an overthinker. You'll start to create a narrative that just doesn't even exist. So with that, creating that narrative that doesn't even exist will force you to believe something that just not there.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes it just all depends.
Let me ask you a question. Do you feel like more often than not your intuition has failed you, or has it helped you? Just in general, right? This is not just a relationship conversation. Okay, I'm talking about intuition in general. Do you feel like more often than not it has failed you, or do you feel like it's helped you?
I think it has helped me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
and most times it has helped me.
It is possible, right, that in a particular area of life, right?
Oh, for sure.
Because the emotions might be more
exactly.
heightened, right?
Yeah.
You might be a little off a little bit, whatever the case may be.
So I guess I straddle the fence. Sometimes yes and sometimes no. It just all depends on where I am in life and what the fuck is going on. Because sometimes
when it comes to relationships,
you know what? Sometimes I ignore my intuition.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been in that space before.
Okay.
Where I think it's just because I wanted to believe that it was something that it wasn't, and the reality of it is, it's like, bitch, that what the fuck it is.
Yo.
I've done that countless times. I be in my own head a lot. Like, move out, but watch out, bitch. You doing too much. Like, come on. I'm an overthinker.
Right.
So sometimes I be in my own way, and I'll ignore it. Like, you already knew.
Yeah.
But
I think that sometimes people need to train their intuition.
Or
train themselves to trust their intuition.
Yeah.
Right. So I'll give you an example. Right. Your intuition might be telling you something, and instead of, like you said, instead of trusting it, we might ignore it, only to realize down the road, and it might take some time, but only to realize down the road, like, my intuition told me that.
Yeah.
And I ignored it. Right?
And I think that we just want to believe that it, like you said, ignore it. We as women, a lot of us women, especially myself, want to believe that it's not really that. You want to believe the opposite. Like, especially if it's something bad, you like, my soul, it is telling me that this nigga ain't shit. He ain't the one. He is just not it. Like, what is it about him for you to turn against that? Like, you're doing yourself a disservice by doing that too, though.
100%. And what happens is when we ignore our intuition, we betray ourselves.
Yeah.
Right? For the sake of believing the lie that they told us over the truth that our intuition is trying to communicate to us. Right? So a lot of times, man, we just have to train ourselves to trust that intuition.
Yeah.
And I think that the more here's the thing, right? You could even do an exercise where you write it down. Okay, my intuition is saying this. This person says this, and then have a column that says, what is the outcome?
Yeah.
And just begin to write down all the times that your intuition is saying something, and tally it up and see.
You'll be like, damn, I failed myself. Crazy.
Yo.
I've done that before with the men that I date versus what I want.
Yeah.
And I realized, like, the stuff that I've been settling for such a long time. Because it's like, when I look over here at this column and see the kind of men that I've dated versus what I want and what I've accepted. Like, damn, girl, you've been settling like shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you ain't create no boundaries, no nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of boundaries, I want to know, like, what do you feel about like setting healthy boundaries in a relationship? Do you think it's super important that you do that?
I do. I think boundaries are important in general. Right?
Yeah.
Because they protect us,
Mm-hmm.
right? And not only do they protect us, but they protect the other person.
Yeah.
Right? So boundaries are important. Give me an example of a boundary that you would set, and then let's unpack it.
Let me see.
Right? Because somebody could say a boundary could be like, don't call me past 7:00.
No. Yeah. Well,
Right?
that's just your boundary.
Right. That's a boundary that some people set. So, I do think that boundaries are important.
Mm-hmm.
And I think depending on the boundary.
Yeah. I have a real big communication boundary. Like, don't speak at me.
Okay.
Talk to me. Don't raise your voice.
Right.
I don't speak from that space. No. If the moment that you start raising your voice, because you have some people who are so accustomed to toxicity that when it shows up, no matter how you present yourself, you could show up on a fluffy cloud.
Right.
I could be very gentle with you when I talk to you. A lot of men take that offensive, as if you're trying to talk at them or you're trying to talk to them like a child.
Right.
I don't come from that place where you're going to speak to me crazy.
Right.
You're not finna yell at me.
Right.
You're not finna talk to me any kind of way.
Right.
You ain't finna cuss at me, do all that raggedy shit.
Right.
Cause I'm telling you,
Raggedy is hilarious.
you're going to go low and I'm going to go to the pits of hell. And I promise you're not going to like it in the most nice, nasty way.
And that's the reason why I don't like to argue.
Yeah, I'm not
Right.
doing all that.
Yeah,
I'd rather
I
just end the conversation.
Yeah, I tell people all the time.
Give me a second. That's what I say. Give me a minute. I'm going to call you back.
Yeah, I tell people all the time, especially in a relational context, I don't like to argue
Mm-hmm.
because I know my ability to communicate
Mm-hmm.
on a level that a lot of people don't communicate on. And so I'm going to pull a word out that you don't even understand, but it's
Look what I told you. They come a dime a dozen. Nate was like, don't you ever say that again. Like, what the fuck you mean? That sounded great to me. What the hell you mean? They come a dime a dozen. Why I can't say that?
Yo, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Let's just not argue.
Yeah. I don't have time for that arguing shit neither. Like, we're grown. And I used to feel like I used to be a shouter.
Why are you like this?
I'm not sure.
No, this is a real question. This girl
I don't even
said,
fucking know.
you're going to go low and I'm going to go to Hades.
I'm going to go to the pits of hell.
I'm going to go to Hades.
Ooh, baby. Listen, I'm telling you.
I can't.
Nobody is off limits. Your grandmama
I can't.
that's dying. Your little cousin that got that little short arm. I'm cooking everybody. Nobody is your mama. I don't care. Because if you could go low like that for me, baby, nobody is off limits.
You know who is petty?
Who?
Kendrick Lamar.
Hi, I'm with him.
This man
They
said,
not like us.
meet the
Meet the Grams. Listen.
Meet the Grams. He walked his entire family down.
That would be
mom,
me. Everybody.
Did you hear it?
No, a little bit, but
Meet the Grams.
I will get you.
He walked that man.
Yeah.
First of all, he said, "Dear Sandra," that's his mom.
Fuck that. That's me. I don't have time. Don't do no stupid shit. Yeah.
Shout out to Kendrick.
Yeah. So anyway, back to this trust. Right. What does that mean to you in a relationship?
Oh, it's big. If I can't trust you, I can't be in a relationship with you.
Yeah.
I can't be in a
Same.
relationship with you.
Can you be with somebody that cheated on you and told you?
Could I be with somebody that cheated on me and told me?
Or does it depend on the type of cheating?
I think it depends on a bunch of different things. Okay. The short answer is yes.
Okay.
I could. It depends on how much time we have in.
Mm-hmm.
Depends on what was going on in our relationship at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's say that I'm married and we 15 years in,
Mm-hmm.
and let's say that we had a breakdown in our relationship and
Mm-hmm.
whatever the case may be, and she made that poor choice and she was honest with me about it,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and truly repentant and remorseful for it, and we sought the help that we needed, I could possibly get past that. We have time in, we have kids, we have things established, right? And so it would be extremely hurtful, but I could probably get past it. But if we just,
You think you'll be able to trust her again?
I think that over time, depending on the actions that follow, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because here's the thing, man. Everybody has something,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so for her, it was cheating, but dishonesty is dishonesty,
Yeah.
right? There are people that are in beautiful relationships They lie to each other all the time, right? And it may not be cheating, right?
Yeah.
Somebody might lie about what they spent some money on, or some money that might be stashed away, right?
Yeah.
Or whatever the case may be. You know, relationships are a marathon.
Mm-hmm.
And so in order to have healthy, lifelong relationships,
Mm-hmm.
you have to be willing to forgive quickly
Mm-hmm.
and forgive intentionally, right?
Okay.
Because if we keep record of wrong, then
That would be me.
yeah, it's just tough. It's tough to have
It is. Because in my mind, I'm never, like, even though I tell you, it's going to be hard for me to forgive you.
But I was gonna say, if we're talking about like a dating relationship and it's early on in the relationship, or we haven't been together that long, and you're already showing that that's your character,
Mm-hmm.
I probably wouldn't be able to, you know what I'm saying? Because it is quite possible for somebody to do something that's completely against their character,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like y'all been in a relationship for a minute and they've been solid, and they're going through some type of crisis in their life, and they end up making a poor decision. Okay, that's not their character, but it is a misstep.
Who the fuck character is it then? Somebody else's?
Yeah, why you like this?
Because I'm trying to figure that out. Tell me who the fuck character is.
Do you believe that people do things out of character?
Yeah, but I ain't got to give you no.
Here we go. This one is crazy.
I do though. I do though. My daughter, she do a lot of shit out of character.
Out of character, right? It's not who she
and know what?
It's not necessarily who she is.
It's like, nah.
It's not necessarily who she is, but it's something that she has
did.
done,
I think it's just
right?
it's situational.
So my whole thing is, if somebody made a mistake like that, or a poor decision like that, and they're honest about it, I feel like honesty is a part of that rehabilitation process.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to come to grips with what you did and actually confess it. That's difficult.
It is difficult, but what's even more difficult is why the hell you cannot come to me prior to you making that mistake to tell me where I'm falling short of the wayside, where the inconsistencies are starting to form in the relationship, or
What if they did?
the voice. Not if you did come to me and you did not give me the space to fix it, then it's different.
Right. Because that's what I'm saying. Like in a marriage, so I was married for 5 years. In a marriage, a marriage is like a marathon, right? Y'all can even be in a space where y'all are having those conversations and saying, man, things are not working, and let's figure out a solution and all of those things. Like there are a lot of different variables that are at play in a marriage, right? So it is quite possible to be in a space where somebody comes to you and they say, oh, this is not working, this and that, da-da-da-da.
Right.
Somebody could be going through some type of mental type of thing. Somebody could be going through a lot of different things in a marathon of a marriage, right? So let's say in a situation where that does happen, where y'all trying to fix some stuff and it's rocky or whatever the case may be, and then they step out.
You didn't give me no grace to fix it?
What if they did give you grace to fix it?
If you gave me the grace to fix it and then you still went out and fucked around on me, I don't like that. I feel like your integrity ain't lying in the forefront of your brain. Like, why you ain't leave?
Let me ask you a question. I feel you. Let me ask you a question. What if what they were going through was not about you?
It wasn't about, okay, if it wasn't about you, why did you made it about me though? You inserted me there. Yeah. I didn't ask to be there because now my feelings are now been caught in the crossfire.
Right.
Because of something that you're going through. Go through what you go through without me. Yeah. By yourself. Go through whatever you got going through, whatever. Right. You can't be going through nothing that ain't got to do with somebody else because you involved another person. Yeah.
I feel that.
I don't fuck with that cheating shit.
Listen, I get it. And here's the thing, right?
Let me tell you something about cheating. Sorry to cut you off.
No, that's okay.
And I know I'm probably going to get a lot of slack for this. If you're going to cheat respectfully. I'm not for cheating. Listen, let me. People are to be like, what? Now I'm not for cheating at all. Do not cheat.
Nah, they about to rock with you on this answer.
Let me tell you though, who finna rock with me? The middle of the women.
It's about to be niggas like,
yeah, I want her and don't, because I'm telling you, as I said before, you're gonna go low. I'm gonna go to the business.
Donnii look like she'll cut you.
I'm not, but
look at
I will
eyes.
cut you out.
Them eyes.
Cut you out.
Your eyes
no, listen, it's a respectful cheating. Okay, so what I mean by that,
respectful cheating. Come on, man.
Okay, it sounds crazy the way I'm putting it, but this is what I mean. Don't cheat at all, right? Right. However, comma, if you gonna cheat, I better not get no inkling, no little feeling. I better not know. I better not be out with you and some girl coming to me as a woman. I better not get no feeling. I better not do none of that shit. You better nothing about your routine. Better not switch up nothing. I better not know a fuck thing about it. I better not know. I better not feel it. Yeah. Cause I promise you, that's what I mean by cheating respectfully. Okay, I want y'all to decide. No,
here's the thing. No, so let's go with that for a second. Okay?
Right.
The thing about that is that makes you feel better as a partner. but it does not negate the disrespect.
Correct. So don't
Disrespect
cheat.
was done, right?
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is, and I get it, right? Cheating is grounds for a relationship to end. I get
Correct.
that, right? But I'm saying that there are also plenty of relationships that have rebounded from cheating because of the amount of grace that other person gave the person that cheated on them. And there are relationships where people, you know, once they made those decisions, they were so remorseful about the decision that they made. They never allowed it to happen again. Then there are relationships where people were forgiven for cheating and they kept cheating, right? So what I'm saying is, I like to look at character and patterns when it comes to different things like that. And so for me, I'm not going to necessarily say that it's a ground for us to never be together again or whatever the case may be. Now, I'm going to consider that, right? It might be. You know what I'm saying? Just depending on whether or not I feel like dealing with that, because there's a lot that goes into rehabilitating a relationship once something like that happens. But I'm not going to automatically say that if somebody cheated.
So let me ask you this, because someone told me, if a man accepts a woman back, if a man stays with a woman after he cheats on her, will he still respect her the same way?
I think it depends on the man. For some men, they respect their woman even more because it's like, yo, like,
that is insane to me.
She actually forgave me. She didn't deserve this, and she forgave me. And I had like I have so much more respect for her as a woman because she really could have been out. And then some men look at the girl like a goofy, and say, "Oh, if she forgave me for this the first time, she'll forgive me again."
I feel like most men look at it like that.
Yeah. Which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
My whole thing is some men look at all women like goofies.
Yeah.
if we keep it
no,
a
seriously,
being,
I agree.
right? Because they look at all women as women that they can get over it with, get over on, or they target women with low self-esteem because they know that a woman with lower self-esteem is going to tolerate and accept more than a woman that has.
But I don't understand why men do themselves a disservice by even dating those type of women. Why?
Why men do themselves a disservice
by dating those type of women? Yeah.
For the reason I just told you.
Because of what?
Because they feel like they can get over.
Oh, okay. But why would you want to get over on somebody?
Because people have poor character. You have poor character, right? And all you want to do is some messed up stuff.
Yeah,
that's the life that you want. Yeah, that's the life that you want to live. My whole thing is, women need to be with men that show a level of emotional intelligence that says that I don't even have a desire to cheat. I don't have a desire to build anything outside of what we're building right now. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of men lack that. A lot of men on the side want to have something going on. They want to have a situation. They want to have, you know, it's all about how many women they can accumulate like trophies. You know what I'm saying? And then you have people that actually want to build a legacy.
But I don't understand men who do that. Like, why don't you date your tribe?
What you mean?
Like, why don't men that know that they want to mess around with multiple women, why don't you date those type of women who are okay with that versus trying to date a woman who is just going to solely be about you? Like, why you want to date multiple women? Why you want to come over here and mess up with the good girls that's monogamous who wants only one man? You want to deal with them. Right. Why don't you deal with your kind? Because
they can't handle.
Insane.
They can't handle getting what they're giving, right? So I'll give you an example.
Crazy.
Right? If a guy is into dealing with multiple women, right? And this is 9 times out of 10. This is not in every scenario, right? But if a man deals with a woman who's okay with him dealing with multiple women, then he may have to be okay with her dealing with multiple dudes.
Yeah, I don't understand why that wouldn't be okay for him. That's so stupid to me. Yeah. You want to deal with a woman who, boy, if you don't go find the nearest lime scooter and get the fucking one.
Nah, I feel you.
Yeah, I don't like them kind of men.
But that's what it is, right? So they can give it, but they can't receive it. Right?
Yeah, I don't like them kind of men.
So that's what makes it tough.
Yeah.
For them.
You know what? Another thing that I struggle with men is the lack of honesty. Like, I don't understand that, especially when you have women who create a space for you to be vulnerable, for you to be transparent, and for you to be honest, and you still lie. Yeah. I don't understand why men do that. Yeah. That's like such a struggle for me. That's one of my biggest fears when it comes to dating, is that I show up for a man. I put my all into him. I help mold him, put him in position. I'm there, kind of coach him through a lot of things that he's going through, make a home feel very safe. And that still isn't enough. They still will find a way to go out and fuck around on me.
And I think it has to do with where a man is in his life, right? Because I've been on both sides of the coin, right? I've been the guy who was dishonest, right, with a really good woman, right, and dishonest obviously because I didn't want to hurt her, but in actuality, I should have just been a better man, right. And then I've experienced, actually not too long ago, someone who was very dishonest with me. And and it but that just goes to show that maybe she wasn't at a place in her life where she felt like honesty was very important. It wasn't part of her value system at the time, and so it's really all about when or where you find somebody, at what stage in your life you find them at. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I've been the guy that's been dishonest, and I've been the guy that was completely honest, and the other person was not honest with me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's the nature of the beast, but we have to give people the grace and space to grow. Sometimes that means growing outside of what we have or what we had going on. You know what I'm saying? In some scenarios, people are able to grow within the context of what you guys are building.
Yeah, don't be trying to. Don't allow my emotions to get caught in the crossfire during your growing process, because I feel like it's just, I don't deserve that. Right. Like, what did I do to deserve this? And then one thing about me, I will internalize and make it about me. Right. Like, what am I doing? You sit there questioning yourself. Am I enough? Why am I doing this? And and I had to learn that it's not always you. Right. So it ain't you all the time. You got to stop internalizing and making it about you. Right. But it's hard not to make it about you, especially when you feel like I'm doing all of this. I'm doing everything right. I believe that I'm making this man happy. I'm making him feel vulnerable. Right. All of this, blah, 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 blah. And then he's still fucking around. I just be like, what the fuck? It makes you, how can you not think that it's you?
I mean, listen, for me, in the recent situation that I was in, where someone was dishonest with me, I didn't internalize that and say, oh, Nate, like,
I don't think men do that type of stuff like women, though.
But my whole thing is, I've even, there have been times where I had to call things out, right? Where it was just like, well, I'm dishonest because of you. I said, no. We're not going to do that. That's narcissistic. Oh. That is putting your own wrongdoing on someone else to justify what you did. I need you to take accountability. All right? I need you to look yourself in the mirror and say, I was not honest. I did not have integrity in that area. And that's the only way that we're able to move past what happened. But if you're deflecting and you're placing blame, right? And you're trying to make it seem like it was about me, when in actuality you had a decision. Here's the thing. I'm a cool dude. You could have been honest and I probably would have rocked with it.
Hello? And that's the thing.
That's the wild part about it. I be feeling more, I feel more betrayed when you're dishonest with me versus letting me decide. I might rock with you on what you, I just understand what we got going on.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I understand, okay, like you got a little something going on. Okay, understandably so, right?
Right.
But just be honest with me and give me the opportunity to decide.
But see, a lot of men don't work from that space, though. A lot of men work from the opposite space, where they're going to force it onto you and then expect you to be okay with it instead of just being honest. And a lot of men have this mentality and condition, even if they've never had the experience with, I can't be honest with a woman in certain areas because, women can't receive honesty. What you eat don't make nobody else's shit. Where's your integrity? And why isn't your moral compass set up to saying that no matter, if I know that I'm coming from what can a person do with honesty? What could you do with it? Right. Nothing. Right. But receive it. Like
not only receive it, but respect it.
But respect it.
Because you had the courage. Here's the thing, right? Honesty takes courage.
It does.
Right? Because when you're honest, you're putting yourself in a position where you could be rejected, you could be judged, you could be ostracized. And that's it. Right? And my whole thing is, because of the fear of all of that, a lot of times people lie. But for me, it's like, yo, I'm going to have the courageous conversation. That's what I call them. I actually got that from a mentor of mine, but courageous conversations where I sit down. If that means I got to confess some things, that means that I have to be honest about how I feel about some things. If that means that I have to be extremely real about, where I am or whatever's going on in my life, I'm going to have that courageous conversation with you. Yeah. Right. And it says more about who I am as a person than it does anything else.
Exactly. And I think that a lot of men struggle with being honest with a woman, even if they've never experienced the rebuttal from a woman, the rejection. It's the rejection, number one, and it's the fact that they may lose access to the woman in an area that's very much so beneficial. Yeah. So you rather risk it instead of coming to me being honest. And a lot of them be like, well, I can't be honest with a woman because a woman doesn't know how to receive it. That don't have nothing to do with you. How especially when you know you're not coming from a malicious place. You know you come in and you're being very tactful and you're coming from a place of love and you just want to just be honest. All of that trying to beat around the bush. I can't be honest with a woman because a woman doesn't know how to receive honesty. What you eat don't make me shit. I don't give a fuck with what you know how to receive. I'm going to tell you what it is. It is what it look like. That's what it is. And I don't know, whatever you choose to do with it is whatever you choose to do with it. But I'm definitely being honest with you, and that's just that on that on that on that. Right. But I recently I had to tell somebody that they breath stink. Listen.
Hey, yo.
No, but I really did. I did fuck with him, though. But I feel like when
how you say it?
I was very tactful.
I'm him.
Okay, so listen, right. He was
and my
fucking
breath
up.
Is hot.
Ooh, listen. Kind of like caught the back of my neck.
Yeah, crazy. Halitosis.
Wait, listen, hear me out. It was giving very much bad tooth in the back. But listen, I feel like
diaper tonsils.
I just feel like, when you already don't have all your ducks in a row lined up for you, and you're not in position to show it for you, and I'm still dealing with you, you don't have no fucking room to fuck up nowhere.
Was it diaper tonsils though?
Listen, it was just giving like, sir, your money already fucked up for you. You don't even have it for you, and I'm still fucking with you in spite of. Because I'm like, maybe you just going through some hardships right now. Then I peeped that you ain't even trying to put yourself in position. Now it falls back on me. Because it's like, Donnii, you've seen all these things and you still staying around. That's the you thing. You can't now put it on him. His communication style is fucked up. It's not what you like. And you're still dealing with it. And then I told him, I'm like, bro, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to keep it a G with you. I really want to be intimate with you, but I can't. Because your breath, it smells bad.
Hold on. Time out. No. You know it's bad when you replace the TH with an F.
Mm-hmm. TEEF.
I'm talking about some
your
breath.
Tooth, your
breath.
tooth, your
no
teeth,
breath.
yeah, all that. BREFF. ... Your breath was bad. I was like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I want to real bad, but I can't because your breath stink. It smell like all you do is talk shit. Literally. Listen, I'm just saying. And the nerve of you. So you don't even have no money. How you don't have no money? How the fuck you broke? How the fuck you broke? Living home, no car.
Yo,
you only good for you know what?
Get me out the DMV.
I'm about to just start using niggas for what they good for. Like they use us. That's it.
Get me out the DMV.
All the niggas want to be a hoe until they a hoe.
Why did I come?
Listen, I'm just telling you. You just good for a good time.
Why did I come?
We could just fuck and can't he do that? Fuck. But I had to let him know that his breath stank.
So then what happened?
But then I also, but no, seriously, he was like,
what,
I respect you for coming to me and you being honest about that. What about all that other shit though? You could accept the fact that breath stink, but you ain't even hear me when I said that your communication skills are fucked up. I don't like the way you do that. I don't like the fact that you could go all of these hours without talking to me is insane to me. What you got going on all day? Then if I know your lifestyle, then I give you grace. Like if I know that you've been working all night long, you probably going to be asleep for the majority of the day. I'm going to catch up with you around about 5 p.m. That's understandable. And if that does not work for my lifestyle, what I need in my person, I'm not even going to allow us to even be getting into that space.
I think this is an opportunity for you to identify what made you want to stay.
Yeah. You know what I think made me want to stay? Because I was operating from a space of loneliness.
Understood.
Yeah, I was operating from a space of loneliness. I fell in like with the potential. Yeah. He did a lot of things that I really liked, and I allowed that to overshadow what was important for me.
That's right.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think that's the truth for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Loneliness will put you in some messed up
Oh my
positions.
God, I'm telling you.
For real, with some people that
that
are not even on your level. You understand what I'm saying?
You start dating down.
Then you ignore all the intuition.
Everything.
Right? Because
everything look good because
exactly.
you're lonely.
So,
and it's like, who else do you blame? You got to really, and I had to hold myself accountable for that. Like, and I was supposed to find the nearest Lime scooter off the rip and just run, but I didn't. And my homies, my mentors, my life coach was like, this ain't your guy. Yeah. And I was like, nah, but he real cool. He could be cool, but that ain't your guy. And I'm like, nah. And I'm allowing myself to fall deeper and deeper and deeper because I love the time that we spend instead of just enjoying people just in the moment. Enjoy people in the moment.
It's okay to be friends.
Yeah, and it's okay. But I fell in love with not in love because it wasn't no in love thing. It was grand opening, grand closing. That's how fast this was. Like we wasn't talking like longer than 2 months. And then, after that you get the I miss you texts, you get the damn I fumbled the best thing. My question to you is why do men wait until a woman is gone for them to do right?
Why do men wait for a woman to be gone?
A good woman. Why do they wait for a good woman to leave them in order for them to do right?
Because sometimes pain is the only thing that gets people to move.
Okay.
Yeah. Some people are only incentivized by pain. So they have to lose something right? Do you know that the fear of loss is more powerful when it comes to getting somebody to do something than the idea of the pleasure associated with it? Right? Even in marketing, a lot of times they really key in on the fear of loss, right? Not only that, but actually losing it and the pain of losing that thing, you never want to experience that feeling again, right? Or now that it's gone, you're just like, man, like I want to get it back, right? It's the pain of that loss.
But my thing is that why, like they put in so much effort to get you back, but then when they had you, they didn't put that effort in. Where do they conjure up all of this energy to do so?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't understand why some men do that. Let me not say y'all men.
Yeah, okay.
But I don't understand why some men do that. Like, why does it take for me to leave for you to want to get it right? Like, that's just insane to me.
Yeah. I don't trust that because I feel like they can put in all that work to get you back, but then when they get you back and they're comfortable again, they're gonna fall back into that same
because
routine.
it's not really who they are.
Right. You
Correct.
can't spin the block on me.
It cannot. I'm so sorry.
But you can't.
I miss you when I get them. I miss you text. I would miss me too. I'm a fucking vibe.
Yeah. No, and I tell like my whole thing is, and it's no shade or whatever the case may be, but whenever you make your decision, just
stand on it. Please.
You gotta understand what it comes with.
I'm telling you, because baby, one thing about me, the worst place you can have a woman like me is out my feelings. Because once I'm done, I will act like you've never existed in my life. I could have been head over heels. I could have been crying at night. I could have stayed on the phone with you, pouring my heart out. But once, baby, I'm out of that space, I am telling you, you are going to feel it. I'm not the girl who is going to come and bust your windows out your car, hide up in the bushes with a tranquilizer. I'm not going to put no cat piss in the mailbox. I'm not I'm not going to come do none of that big wild shit. It's going to sting though. Yeah. Oh, it's going to sting when you can't get no access to me because then you're going to start reaching. Yeah. And I'm no longer, I'm not going to block you. I'm not going to do none of that. I'm going to act like I just don't know you. It's going to be real short-lived though.
Let me tell you this. Look. And a lot of times when you're trying to work on a relationship and you're trying to save it from getting to that point, they don't get it.
Nope.
Right? But once you make that decision, you got to stand on it. And I tell people all the time, you should have recognized my value when you had me.
Yep.
Right? Because my whole thing is once, and here's the other side of it too, Donnii. People like you and I were only getting better with time. So you really fumbled me when I was at my lowest.
Imagine what the fuck I'm going to be like when I get on top.
And
when I'm the best version of myself.
And you made that decision. You gotta stand. And listen, it's going to sting.
It's going to sting.
It's going to sting.
Absolutely.
Right? So it's just one of those things. I just hope people recognize what they have when they have it.
Exactly. Don't, because baby, I'm telling you, grand opening, grand closing. I will act as if I just, how you doing? I will be in a room full of people and you would be in there. And I will speak to everybody. Matter of fact, I'm going to speak to you. How your kids doing? Nice talking to you. I gotta get home. I had my man is waiting for me. It was good.
You childish. You petty. You petty.
See, why
you had to throw the empire?
It was looking so. You look good.
Let me tell you what's so beautiful when you can be around somebody that fumbled you and not throw shade. So they understand how much you really have truly in your heart moved on. That it's not really even about, listen, all I want is peace and harmony at this point. I don't want no issues. I don't want no beef. I'm not even mad at you.
Yeah.
I really want you to be blessed.
And I don't really care to reciprocate energy.
100%.
I don't do that.
100%.
I'm not that girl who do that. People be like, no girl, he did this, do this. But I'm not care. First of all, I don't even like who that is. Why would I conform as becoming that?
100%.
Like, I don't care to, karma gonna get him. I promise you, God gonna get him. Trust me, because I'm one of his faves. Right. But all that, if he cheat back, or do this, do that, he ain't answer. When he call, then you don't answer. I don't have time for that, because now I have to become something that I'm not. I ain't doing all that. I don't have time for that. I'm gonna cut my access off to me. Because I know you're gonna start reaching. Right. And I don't have, you should have did what you had to do when you had me. It's just a hard, no. From the back of the throat, like breath. Okay. But nah, you just gotta be mindful of how you treat me. Because I'm not that girl. I'm that girl, actually. I am the legs and the chairs. I bring a lot to the table. A lot. Yeah. Because because the baby, I'm telling you, it's only one Donnii. So
how do you prevent yourself from making the decision to date somebody out of loneliness again?
Just make sure that I don't know. What do I do?
Because there are a lot of people that are watching right now.
Correct.
That are experiencing deep loneliness, right? I feel like there are more people that are experiencing loneliness than people that are actually fulfilled in a relationship or whatever the case may be. And so I know that there are a lot of people that are experiencing that.
Mm-hmm. I think for me, it's just knowing what I can choose, like choosing peace, that's a choice. Choosing happiness is a choice. Choosing sadness is a choice. I try to choose the opposite of that. Like I'm in control of what I choose and my emotions. And then I also just learned so much about myself from being in that space of loneliness and being okay. Yeah. Like being okay with being lonely. Like it's just some greatness that come up out of it. Like you learn a lot of things about yourself. You grow as an adult, as a human, as a woman. But don't be blindsided. Don't allow your loneliness to take over the wheel. Just do you. Fuck it. Like you kind of know. I think you kind of know when a person is for you and that one, and you just know you're not gonna make that mistake again. I just know 100%. I'm not gonna do it. Like 100%. I'm just not even about to do it. Fuck that. I'm no longer like, because I just choose different, and the caliber of men that I attract, it look different now that I'm no longer operating from that space of loneliness. Because I just be looking at the men like, damn, you're not even my type. Yeah. Like, what the fuck was I doing dating you? Like, what the hell?
No, I get that. And I also think that there's a difference between loneliness and being alone.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I think that because we live in a hyper relationship focused society, that even being on Instagram and seeing people in relationships and all that can cause us to desire certain things, right? When in actuality, I could be alone and not be lonely.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
I could be alone and really have my time occupied on other things.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Let's stay busy.
I could have beautiful friendships that are life giving and emotionally fulfilling and safe.
Yeah, and I do believe that an idle mind is a devil's workshop. 100%. So you have to keep yourself busy. Yeah. Find something to do. Yeah. I had to find a lot of shit to do because sometimes, like I said, an idle mind is the devil's workshop. I'll sit there with absolutely nothing to do, and it'll just allow me to sit there and just think.
And wallow.
Yeah, for sure.
About what you don't have and all that
stuff. And then sometimes, like at one point in my life, I had to take a break from social media. Like I had to take a hiatus. Like I will post and sometimes. Oh yeah, absolutely. Because then you start comparing yourself. Yeah. Like, damn, why can't I have that?
And comparison is a thief of joy.
Oh, my God.
And so a lot of times, it may not even be loneliness. It may just be comparison.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
It can be that.
Because I'm sure you felt a lot better when you removed yourself from an environment that kept feeding you images of people in relationships, stuff like that, right? Yeah. You removed yourself from that environment, and then you realize, man, am I really even lonely?
Yeah, and then a lot of us women, seriously, I agree 100% totality. I think a lot of us women, what we also do is that you start looking at quotes and memes and shit. You're just like, he was right. That was true. Let me you start reposting stuff like get off of social media. Yeah, and I think I can't
even say nothing about quotes. So I'm a quote.
Because I'll be like, them repost that nigga was right. Because he was talking to me right there, me right there.
I can't say nothing about quotes. Quotes is what I.
Now I'm all for a good goddamn quote, but I think that like when you in that space where you feeling low and you feeling rocky, take a hiatus from off of social media. 100%. Find you a book. Read a book called "Don't Believe Everything You Think." I am a firm believer in that book. Yeah. Don't believe everything you think, seriously, because you be in your own way. I be in my own head sometimes. 100%. Moment of transparency. I just be in my own way, and I just be having to stop and take a pause. Like, come on, bro, you doing too much. Watch out.
And I think that transparency is beautiful. Yeah. Right? Because I think all of us at some point we may get in our own way. Yeah. Maybe in our own head. And I think when we take a step back and we stop looking at what other people have going on and we look inward and we say, yo, thank you, God, for everything that I do have. Exactly. I may not be in a romantic relationship, but I have some friendships that are really beautiful. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I have a lot of motion in my life right now. Yeah. Which you do.
And do.
Can we talk about the motion?
And then I also...
Can we talk about the motion?
I got a lot of motion.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and so then you sit back and you say, God, like, I'm really grateful for everything that I have.
Absolutely. And I had to realize that it's just not my goal. And that's okay. Sometimes you're walking into seasons in your life where everybody just can't go. It's only destined for you. God didn't say that this was a conference call. This is solely for you. 100%. Then people cannot go. 100%. He's not going to remove without replacing, though. Hello? You get what I'm saying? So it's just not your season. And that's okay if it's not. Right. He needs you to stay focused. He knows that I am going to be distracted if I allow this man in my space. And he needs me. I just need to stay focused. And he's created this lane that's just destined for me. It's like, Donnii, you pray for this. And I'm giving you everything that you pray for. Everybody can't go. Your hands were full. We have to start removing certain things out your life. Stop going back to those friendships and trying to figure out where did they go wrong. You asking me for something now? You can't. They can't go. Don't go back to them people trying to have those conversations that don't need to be held. I'm removing them. And sometimes it's not always a bad thing. Some things just because they don't work, Donnii, it's okay. You walking into some season of greatness, so y'all know that person may throw a monkey wrench in your play and make you deviate from your plan. And if I have something solely for you, these people can't go, bro. They know that if you get over at TikTok and you take these people with you, but it's going to blow it for you. I got something good for you. Come back. But I'm going to let you come back and reach back and get them. And I've been in those places where people that I've been great friends with for so long are no longer in my space, and we weren't friends. We cut it off about 2 or 3 years, and I came back. And we're stronger than we were, and it's better. Right?
But listen, I
had to be removed from out of their life too, 100%. And I had to not take that personal too, and understand that sometimes God gonna remove you from them. You can't give them what they need, Donnii, and that's okay. And sometimes you walking into people's lives to just solely do something for them. They can't give you what you need. They don't have the capacity to give you that. So don't take it personal when they can't show up for you, because they can't show up for you, and that's okay.
And here's the thing, right? I was as you were like, just before you said it, I was just about to say that a lot of times God places us in a season of isolation because he knows that we don't need the distraction right now. There's something that he's developing in us right now in that season of isolation that he can't do it. He can't do it when you're connected to someone, let alone the wrong person.
Hello?
Right? Here's part 2 to that, though. Here's a part two to that. The part 2 to that is it possible, and this is not for you specifically, but is it possible that we're desiring something in a relationship that we're not ready for? Is it possible that God is saying, listen, I'm sitting you to the side to develop things in you so that when I bring the person that I designed for you, you're prepared for them.
And you know how
a lot of times we put it on the other person and we say they're not ready for us. But is it possible
that you're not in position? Hello?
Is it possible that we're not the person that we are supposed to be in?
That's why a part of my prayer is, God, I ask that not only do you strengthen my discernment, but put me in position to receive whatever it is that you have planned for me and whatever it is that I'm also praying for. If I'm praying for this good man, make sure that you put me in position to be the good woman for this good man. Stop always praying for the things that you want. Ask God to put you in position to receive him. What is it going to look like? You ain't in position. You keep asking for him. God said, okay, I tried to make you dodge that bullet. You keep asking for him. I'm going to plant him right in your life and watch you destroy him.
Ooh, see, here's the thing, right? A lot of times we're looking for people to complete us when God is saying, listen, I want you to be whole on your own walking into the relationship.
Come on.
And when that person comes to you, they're going to be whole. And it's going to be 2 wholes coming together, not 2 halves looking for the other person to fill in the rest. Hello? No, God is like, listen, I want you to be whole in and of yourself. I'm going to develop things in you that no person can develop in you, so that when you are attached to them, you are 2 whole people walking in destiny and purpose together.
Amen.
I'm telling you. Telling you.
Yes, I'm with that 100%. I was watching this therapist that I follow. He's so dope. His name is Dr. Zeb. And he said something that was so powerful to me. He was like, this is how you know if you're not whole and you're not healed. When you're in a relationship, when you make things that are bare minimum and you make them so grand. Because you accept bare minimum when you are so top tier. But because you're not whole and you're not healed, the little shit that they do, you make that such a big old thing. So if you're not whole and you're not in position, just leave people alone. Just don't go shaking up nobody's world. People that have healed, who have done the work. Because it's just not fair to them. And you do yourself a disservice too.
100%.
But make sure that you in position. And a part of my prayer is, God, just please continue to mold me and shape me and put me in position. If that means that I have to possibly walk into my 40s and being single, that too is okay. I had to be okay with that. I used to be like, damn, I'm kind of like sneaking up on the 40s a little bit. You know what I mean? I am 36. I don't have a life partner. It's okay though. It's okay. Maybe you're not ready. And I started to realize, damn, you're really not ready as ready as you think you are. You are.
I think a lot of women struggle with that because of the idea of the time clock. And all of that. But here's what I believe. What's for you is for you, and it'll happen in the time that it's supposed to.
Exactly.
There are so many people that have beautiful relationships in their 40s. There are so many women that are having children in their 40s. Medicine is amazing these days, right? And so not allowing the fear of missing out on that person or the time clock to rush you into something that you're not supposed to be in, right? But just trusting that God's timing is on point.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's okay. That's okay. I had to learn that. It took me a little minute though to get there. So
and it takes faith. It takes faith.
Yeah.
To believe that.
Yeah. And faith without work is nothing.
100%. It takes faith to believe that, and it also, like we really have to trust.
Yeah.
That what's coming is better than what left.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
And what's for you gonna stay, and what's not will leave.
100%.
Yeah. I'm a firm believer in that. And faith is knowing the results are there even when you can't see them.
100%.
Yeah, I think that people want to see. Yeah. They're like, oh, I wonder what it's going to look like at the end of the tunnel. No, you got to kind of just take your time. You grow through what you go through.
100%.
Yeah, so.
That's real.
Yeah. I try to talk about little shit just a little bit. Not too much. No, not too much. But yeah, that's my reality. It's just like, I've been okay with that. Like, you know, you walking into the season, Donnii, you pray for this now.
No, 100%.
Like,
100%.
Sit tight. I'm doing exactly what you asked me to do.
100%.
These people can't go with you. They're going to throw a monkey wrench in your play, and you're going to be fucked up.
Can you imagine if you would have walked into the season with people that you thought you were supposed to be with? Right? Hindsight is always 20/20, and you look back and you like, God, I'm thankful that that didn't work out.
Yes.
But can you imagine if you would have tried to force
those people
something to work, and you would have tried to drag them into a season of your life that was never designed for them?
I'm so glad that, you know, I have that discernment, and I'm okay with letting people go. Like, it does sting. It does. Because it's like, you feel like, dang, these people are supposed to be here, man. Y'all supposed to be. They're not.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever's supposed to be there is supposed to be there. And just be grateful. I say, if you have at least one good person in your life, consider yourself blessed.
Yeah.
But if you got many, God really rocking with you. Hold tight to those. Hold on to those people really, really tight. Love on those people and let them people love on you. And just stop trying to add all these extra people, because some people are not supposed to be for you. But yeah, this was dope. I'm glad you came. So
I appreciate you inviting me.
For sure.
This has been amazing for real.
It was.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
I knew it would be though.
You did?
Yeah, I knew it would be.
I was a little nervous. I was like, what the fuck are we going to talk about? Because I don't know. I ain't got time.
And listen, we done talked for an hour straight.
For sure. I appreciate you for sure. And thank you guys for tapping in. That concludes this episode of the We Just Talk podcast. I'll see you guys next week. Call me back. Peace.